Hello, everybody. It's been a minute since I post because I don't have a Lucky Tackle Box subscription anymore. I canceled it a couple of months or so ago. Um, I didn't like the way the products that were coming. They seemed to be getting very, very cheap. Now, granted, it's not like I was paying that much for the box, but when it first started out, at least once or twice, or maybe even in a decent box, you would get at least one decent lure. But in the waning months, it looks like now they're saying they're under new management. But I still kept my subscription canceled. I didn't want to get it anymore. So I haven't done any Lucky Tackle Box videos. I've been debating. There's a couple others out there. I might try Mystery Tackle Box. I'm not sure, um, but it just depends. It's been hot, obviously. Fishing has been tough, but I mean, like I said, any day out on the water is better than a day at work. So, gotten out a few times, caught a few, missed a few, um, but we try to get out early, and then once it gets noonish, 1 o'clock ish, it's we usually tick in the triple digits, and it's not a good thing. So we usually get off the water by then. Because the one thing about one of the lakes that I like to fish is Lake Ray Roberts. And Lake Roberts basically has no docks, no docks. There's one big marina, and then even the trees and stuff. You don't you can't find too many places where you can get some sort of relief if you're trying to beat the heat under than trying to go and catch a bridge. But so usually we'll fish it for a few hours. Then when it gets too hot, we get off the water. But on to what it seems is my ever, should I say, evolution of things happening to my boat. Um, one of the crazy things was a few months ago I had a Structure Scan 3D installed on my boat to get a better structure scan. Because from all the reviews I read, you get better down scan and better 2D sonar. I mean, the side scan is okay, but for me, I wanted to get a good down scan and 2D sonar out of it. So I upgraded to the Structure Scan 3D, and it was working for a while. And then one day, for some reason, it just stopped working. Now, I thought it was self-inflicted because I had one issue back in the last tournament we fished in June, where right before the tournament, I decided to change out my cranking battery because my cranking battery was getting old and it was going down real quick. And obviously, the cranking battery needed to start the boat. It's got to run all the electronics. Plus, then you use it to run the live well. So, and if you're not running, different places to where the alternator can try and charge it from times, those batteries just die real quick. So, long story short, before that previous tournament, the middle of June, I went and bought me a cranking battery and decided to change the battery out myself. Unbeknownst to me, I missed one negative wire, and I didn't realize it because after I put the battery on, plugged it in, it said it was charging fine. Um, we get to the lake, drop the boat down in the water. We rolled it around because I had reserved a slip, put in a slip, and then I noticed my horn wasn't working. Why is the horn not working? Then I noticed the most critical thing was the live well wasn't working. And I was like, so we played around for like 2 hours, changing out and checking fuses, thinking maybe it's a fuse that blown. We even thought we found it because in the fuse box there was 2 fuses that were actually blown that we replaced, but still nothing was working. Like, what the crap is going on? So then I made one more look towards the battery and I started moving things around. And for some reason, there was one negative wire I missed putting back on when I changed out my cranking battery. And then everything started working. So we thought. After that, we head out, turn on the electronics. The structure scan 3D is not working. It's not reading it. It's not getting any power. Like, what? Did I miss another black wire? So we played around. We didn't get anything. We were still getting 2D sonar, but we weren't getting down scan or side scan because the 3D structure scan wasn't working right. So anyway, we fished the tournament. Needless to say, we didn't do well. I think that day we had 25 to 30 mile an hour winds, which kept a lot of people in the chops and ducking for cover for any little cove that we could find. So we didn't catch anything. We actually zeroed, but like I said, still out there fun trying to catch something. I think there was 250 some odd boats that day, and I think maybe 105. I want to say zeros. So we had company. But anyway, so yeah, structure scan is not working. So after the tournament was over, rested a bit, went back to the boat, was trying to figure out what's going on. Couldn't figure it out. And so I was checking stuff again. I was checking fuses. I was checking everything I could think of. I thought I found one fuse that was real thin. Realized I didn't have any. Had to go drive, get some. Came back, did not. So just to double check myself, I kept thinking, well, hopefully I didn't mess anything else up. So I turned the power on. I was just checking everything, made sure my lights were working, made sure the horn was working. All that stuff was still working. And then for some reason, I just happened to hit an accessory switch off onto my bottom right. Bingo! The structure scan 3D starts working. Now, how did that happen? I'm still trying to figure that one out. We didn't touch anything that should have made that change. But when I hit that additional accessory switch, the structure scan 3D starts working. So that's a mystery that I'm going to try to have to figure out. But at least it's working now. Then on to the next debacle. We decided to go fishing one day and got to the boat real early. And I'm kind of anal because I usually know how I put my boat up, what was around my boat, what wasn't around my boat, how things looked and how things didn't. So as soon as I get out, I got out of my truck and walked to the side of my boat, and I see this black piece of plastic, and I'm like, "What is this? Where did this come from?" So I look down, and it's part of one of my plastic wheel chucks that it popped off because the wheel chuck is shattered. Now, why is my wheel chuck shattered? My wheel chuck is shattered because there is a flatbed trailer that is in the stall directly behind my boat. And apparently those people were in a big rush and decided to use my boat / skeg engine as a bump stop. Now, they bumped my boat / skeg so hard that it crashed into the wheel chuck and caused it to shatter and pop. That little plastic part popped off. Okay. So this was like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. We noticed this. Of course, nothing's open. Obviously, the people who own the flatbed trailer, they're not there. But you could see that it was their trailer that hit it because that trailer had black paint and a red reflective tape. Well, there's parts of it missing that were on the back of the trailer because parts of it was sticking to my skeg. The tape and the black paint was sticking to the tip of my skeg. And so we took pictures. And because it was early, like I said, we wanted to get some fishing done. So we get on the lake. We're out there maybe 3.5 hours. And when we put the boat on the trailer, to get ready to come back. My friend asked me, he says, "Hey, what happened?" And after I, because when they take you out of the water, you in the boat, you get pulled up, and then the driver gets out, and you get ready to jump off, so you can, you know, lock the boat down, strap it down, and everything to leave. So I hadn't jumped out the boat yet to start doing that, but he had gotten out of the truck and walked to the back, and he goes, "Man, what happened?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" So I jump out the boat. Part of my skeg broke off. Then you can see a line from where the tip was actually hit, and well, I would say definitely hit, to where there's a crack that went there. That part didn't completely break off, but another part broke off. And I'll try to stick that picture in right here. So when that happened, I guess, because we didn't hit anything going to the spots that we fished. And I'm guessing just the stress of, turning the boat one right or left while it was running in the water, because it was already weakened for being cracked. Because at the bottom, that skeg is cast iron. It's a thin cast iron skeg that's part of the lower housing unit that helps you steer. So that was gone. Get back. Of course, I'm not doing well. I'm upset. So I called the guy. Well, actually, I had to go to the U-Haul office because I keep my boat in storage. And of course, he was trying to say that, tell the U-Haul, well, I don't know that. Then I was like, you know, I had the before and after pictures. I mean, the U-Haul manager said, I'm looking at these pictures. You can see the black paint and tape missing from your trailer. That's on his skeg and stuff. So long story short, the guy claims he's going to take care of it. But so now, I have to take my boat to get it fixed again. So hopefully this guy will live up to his side of the bargain. And I'm guessing once I get it fixed, I'm either going to ask the U-Haul people to move those people or to move me, because I've been there almost 5 years where I've had my boat and didn't have issues until those people started parking behind. Now, there was a couple times when I was at my boat, they had actually came back, but because I was in it and they had an A driver, one of the drivers, backed the guy in. But I'm thinking sometimes they come back in a rush and they're not caring about that. And the next thing I know, like I said, they're using my engine / bump stop as a bump stop. Because think about it too, on my transom savers can absorb a little bit of shock, so they can take some of that pressure. So even for that, if the transom savers themselves absorb some of that shock, but yet they still hit it hard enough to where it hit into the wheel chuck to where the wheel chuck shattered, they did it pretty fast. Matter of fact, I'm thinking the dude probably did that my engine or / skeg was probably his first idea that he needed to break. But anyway, like I said, long story short, hopefully I can get it in so we can start enjoying some of this hopefully fall weather that we may be getting soon to start doing some more fishing. But anyway, that's my, what do I call it? My world or reality world, or my world of fishing or not fishing, or whatever you might want to call it. But for whoever sticks in to the end of this, I appreciate you listening. Like I said, you can always comment. Um, I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. I'd always said I was going to do videos when I go fishing, but since I don't have, for one, don't usually have much show lately to show on camera to put on a video, and secondly, I think my GoPro 7 Hero doesn't like me because it's got voice commands, and it seems it doesn't like me when I tell it to GoPro start recording, or GoPro stop recording, or GoPro, take a picture. But the other day I was trying to figure that out and it wasn't listening to me. And so I just put it down on my desk, and I had a fishing video playing, and every now and then something was being said on the fishing video that was causing the GoPro 7 Hero to go off. And I'm like, okay, you can't listen to me, but you're gonna be listening to the people on the video. So I'm still trying to figure that one out. I don't think my pronunciation is that bad. So I'm not sure what it takes to get it to actually listen at the time you want it to record or stop recording or done. Of course, it always helps if you have some catches, to record as well. I can say though, the last couple of times or so we went, aside from the tournament, I didn't zero. I caught a couple of nice ones. I'll probably stick one of those in about right here. But it's just I guess maybe I just have to keep hope alive, and one of these days, you know, I'll actually start putting something in the boat. But anyway, I appreciate you listening, hanging with me so far. Like I said, like, comment. Um, to me, any sort of criticism is good, whether it's bad or good. We can all learn something from somebody. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your summer. Have a safe Labor Day week or weekend. If you're going to be getting out of the water, remember to think safe. Please think safely. If you're in a boat where that's moving, you should have a personal flotation device on, because there's going to be a lot of people out on the water. Some are going to be paying attention, some won't. Some will be inebriated, some won't. So be safe, be careful, and then I'll try to start posting something a little more. But anyway, and remember, like I always say, if you're not out fishing, you can't catch fish. Peace. Semper Fi.